August 8th or 9th today. Can't remember. My very last time in my garden. At least while it's our garden. We are moving. So, my first and last of the year garden tour. The strawberries are in full bloom. Got lots of... Where is it? Beautiful. Oh, so good. Look at how beautiful this turned out. Every day there's so much life out here. The bees, butterflies. We built this deck last year, and this deck this year, because the old one was falling apart. And then the greenhouse. Oh, I'm gonna miss this. This was my therapy, and it was everything when the pandemic hit. And I wasn't able to, well, doesn't matter. This was my project. I'm so proud of this. It's hard saying goodbye. The inside looks a bit like a wasteland. I didn't put much into growing in it this year. Those are the spinach from the spring. Mainly it was actually more of a storage. The nasturtium. Last summer, we would sit out and have our coffee in here every single morning. Our puppy would come out and sit, because it was her doghouse after all. Everything's for her. Oh. That's a beautiful pumpkin. Now, I think I'll get to harvest it right before the other people take the house. I still have about, well, 7 days for that. Ideally, you'd like to wait until the stem is brown. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty green. So, if we did pick it to take with us, we'd probably make it into a pie almost right away instead of leaving it in the cellar. These zinnias are gorgeous. The pink ones over there. The bell peppers are a little puny. I didn't pay much attention to them. Most of them are around, let's see, this size. Yeah, but we got a few big ones. Now, there's a whole bunch of different varieties and saved seeds, and so this one's beautiful. Hopefully that'll start turning color before we leave. Baby cucumber. It's a little baby cucumber. What's it focusing on? There we go. God, it's so cute. Let's take a walk. This whole area is pumpkins. There's probably a dozen pumpkins in there. And we have, now these beds are all new from last year. I built these with the leftover wood that I had. So we got 3 rows. At the ends here are the zucchini plants. And then down the rows we have cherry tomatoes, Roma or paste tomatoes, and then, oh, focus, and then large slicer tomatoes, so Brandywines mostly. And this This orange flower you see everywhere. It's huge. That's one plant, by the way. From there all the way to there. It's probably 5 feet tall. This is supposed to be marigold. Let's see if we have a good one here. And I saved the seeds last year from my marigold plants because I was so happy with them. And they turned out like this. Absolutely gorgeous. But what they're supposed to look like is this. Completely different and maybe 2.5 feet tall. I actually prefer this, even though the other one's beautiful. I think it crossed with my nasturtiums because these are supposed to be heirloom seeds, open pollinated. So if they cross, it's not their genetics, it's because they actually crossed with something. Oh, and we also have beans, pole beans, in between the tomato plants to take up some of this trellis space. I'm gonna have to come out here tonight. This one I was saving for seed. Not sure if it'll be ready by next weekend, but we'll see. I can always buy another pack of seeds if I need, because I have like 3 seeds left. Yeah. And behind me here, my cute little compost bin that I so sorely neglected this year. I turned it maybe once over the summer. No, twice. It's okay. Look at that. Just lovely. Got some ripe ones almost ready. My dill has gone to seed, which is nice. I've been collecting the seeds. This here are tomatoes that before the flowers opened, I put this netting, it's just like a gift bag, a mesh gift bag, and that way no insects could pollinate it, and I just hand pollinated them. I just came out every day and shook it while the blossoms were open, and they self-pollinated. So these are true seeds that'll be in here. I don't know if these are going to mature by next weekend. Hopefully they do, but otherwise I'll leave a note for the new owners saying that that's what this is. Oh, got a duck. These tomatoes went wild. This one here is the Chadwick cherry. Quite large and absolutely huge plants. Like, if I didn't top them, they'd be well over 8 feet. But I topped them so that they would focus on ripening the fruit that they have. On this side we have cherry tomatoes, which need picking. And then our paste tomatoes. Some more bean vines. And this, my first year doing zinnias. Aren't these gorgeous? Every day there's bees on them. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely going to be growing zinnias again. And here we have a few hot pepper plants. I wanted to have them in here so that the new folks had some to harvest. But I think there it is. Sugar Rush Peach. Now that's not ripe, but when it is, they'll be able to pick it. And I have a few jalapeno plants in here too, but not gonna win. It's hard moving mid-August. And this is lettuce that I let go to seed. Again, I thought it would be ready sooner. I'm probably not going to get the seed off of that, but the next people will. And then along this fence, I had all my hot pepper plants in pots, just like those two. There were about, 10 pots of a bunch of different varieties, including Carolina Reaper and Armageddon. and a whole bunch of Scotch bonnets. We use a lot of Scotch bonnets in our cooking. But my neighbor agreed to take them all for the month, and then we're going to come back and harvest from them. How sweet is that? So, oh, that made me so happy. I was literally crying when I found out how early we'd have to move, because I knew that most of my peppers wouldn't be ready till September. Oh. As much as I'm looking forward to our next chapter, I'm gonna miss this one. For context, 3 years ago, this whole yard was completely bare, minus a old falling down deck right here. Everything else was bare. Couldn't be happier. Well, could be, because one day I'd like an acreage. I'd like to take this space and times it by about, I don't know, 60. Absolutely gorgeous. These plants are so prolific. This is the, oh, I can't remember the name, Dark Star or Black Star zucchini. And then its cousin over here, out from a local seed company, is some kind of yellow zucchini. Let's see if we can find one. Here's a small one. All season long, we've probably harvested about 60 different zucchinis off of these 4 plants. Anyways, one last look around. This is all going to be one take, obviously. I'm not going to edit any of this, because this is for me. It's not really for anyone else. This space brought me so much happiness, so much joy, and so much healing. Thank you.